Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this new video on this series of the ideal romantic type that we are starting this week. Today I'm going to do Kim Jaejoong, that he is the former member of TVSQ. So yes, there were a lot of requests for him. So I'm going to do this reading focused on him. So let's remember his energy. He is an Aquarius sun with a moon in Sagittarius, I believe. So let's see the cards that he got. The tarot cards that he got, it's the Lovers, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Three of Swords. And then from the Oracle of the Romantic Angels, I believe it's called, he got the card of a previous life relationship, or relationship from previous lives, or from a past life. I don't know how to translate this in English because actually this is in Spanish, the card. But it says like a relationship that comes from a past life, from another reincarnation, it would be. So he's like, probably what this oracle is saying is that he probably wants to feel as if he knew this person from another life, you know, like having this sort of a spiritual connection, you know, like that feeling that you get, a sort of deja vu, you know, when you're with someone and you're like, I think I know you, like. So yes, let's start with the cards, the tarot. Starting off with the Lovers. Definitely, I think that in this period of his life, what he finds ideal is sort of to be on the same page. You know, to be with someone that is not neither above or below him. You know, someone that is similar to him. You know, like a kin spirit. You know, someone that somehow has a lot of similarities with him. The Lover's card, it's also about correspondency. You know, you've been able to make a decision about this person and choosing this person, and for this person to choose you too. So probably what he finds ideal is this sort of like, okay, we are in the same page, we pick each other, we select to be in each other's lives, and we do it with a very loving nature, but at the same time with a very realistic point of view. I don't remember actually where his Venus is in his birth chart, but I think that, yes, I think that actually he's not that guy that he is like very sentimental or emotionally. I think that he wants a partner. You know, I think that his ideal is this sort of equality in the bond, you know, in the sense that he can feel as if there's no one that is like the one that is in charge and the other is a follower. You know, I think he wants a well-balanced relationship where they can be honest with each other and where they can like decide about things that are important in the relationship in a very friendly way. You know, I think that probably there's a sense of that he wants things to be transparent, he wants things to be fluent between them, very like a sort of best friend. You know, when people are like, oh, I think I married my best friend, or I'm dating my best friend, I'm having an emotional connection with someone, that more than a romantic ideal prince or princess coming from dreamland, I'm like seeing this person as an equal, you know, as this very human, this person that also reminds me of myself, and that actually has a lot of attributes that lets me know that she gets me, or that they get me, they understand me, and we are in the same symphony, something like this. And then we have the Four of Wands. So Definitely for him, I think that um, what actually he wants, yes, is a partner that he can have fun with, someone that he can celebrate with. I think that he wants someone that has like a good sense of humor, someone that is very that loves to travel or loves to experience new adventures. Let's remember he has a moon in Sagittarius, so this is like also is giving me that moon in Sagittarius vibe, you know, where he wants his ideal romantic partner to be an exciting adventure for him. He doesn't want to um, actually have to deal with, you know, very dense emotions or like a lot of tumultuosity when it comes to all that. Probably a partner that is a bit moody, or a partner that is a bit like shy, or someone that doesn't want to leave their house, or someone that doesn't want to travel, doesn't want to try new things. He wants to date, he wants to be in an ideal environment with someone that is an explorer, just like he is, you know, a sort of seeker, you know, like always been thinking, okay, planning their next trip, planning their next adventure, you know, always something very very cheerful, very fun, very you know, like let go of worries when you are with him, and also like smile a lot, and laugh a lot, and be silly together, and just celebrate the small victories, but being together, you know, and being comfortable around each other. I think that actually he is in this point of his life where he doesn't want to. I think he never was really good at faking things, you know, like I think that he's very transparent about who he is. But I think that sometimes because of the cards that I have next, I have a lot of swords cards. I have, you know, the Nine of Swords, and I have the Three of Swords. So definitely he's telling me that if he rejoices so much in the idea of having a partner he can have fun with, and who he can be himself with, is because probably in the past he had experienced that actually people are very different when they are around him. You know, so probably he had caught a lot of people being dishonest with him in order to get him to like them. You know, probably, well, we are they are, I'm not. They are in the industry where everything is about looks, you know, and everything is about um, sort of playing a role and pretending like you really like that person and stuff. Um, so I think that here with the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords, I think that he doesn't want to be disappointed, and he doesn't also want to hurt other people. I think that he can be committed to someone, or to be in a commitment in a relationship, but I think that he fears a lot that actually the person that wants to be with him is not honest. You know, this is why the swords are here, because there's a sense of fear of betrayal, you know, of fear of rejection, you know, like so I think that probably he had a sort of like romantic encounters with people that actually were fake, or they tried so hard to impress him that they lied so much, and they lied about who they were and what they wanted. So probably for him it was a sort of shock, and it left a mark in his unconscious about, I don't know how far I can go with you in this relationship, because I'm afraid I'm going to find something about you that I'm not going to like, especially lies and deceitfulness. So I think that probably this is why, at least for what I see today, he's very on the reserve, on the defensive about. I don't know if he ever talks about his ideal type or ideal partner or something like that, but I think that he keeps it very tight to him, very close to his heart, because I think he's in this sort of a state where he is testing people, about like, yes, I'm nice to everyone, but if I sense that you want to get closer to me, you definitely have to go through sort of like trials, or sort of like, like obstacles. I wouldn't say obstacles because it sounds harsh, but it's like you have to keep advancing. But at the end of the day, I still am not sure if I want to let you in my intimacy. There's something here that he obviously has, like some kind of fear of intimacy. I think he fears people to see him in his vulnerable state. And I don't think he is vulnerable. I don't think that he's the kind of person that, oh, you're going to find out that he is a crybaby, for example, or that he I don't know, he's depressed or something like that. No, I don't think it's the case. But I think that there's something that definitely triggers all his defensive modes, is being lied to. I think that he doesn't take very well discovering that you are lying to him, or that you are hiding something from him. That feeling, that situation triggers a very sensitive fiber in him, about his own value as a person. Why, if you say that you care about me, why would you lie to me? Or why would you hide things from me? Why can't you be honest? I think that he fears there's something that, of course, that it comes from probably from his upbringing, or from his whole journey of trying to figure out who he is outside the artist. I think he had always, and until this day, I believe he's still in this process of learning who he is. And if he's in a relationship with someone, and that someone, it turns out to be lying, or turns out to be faking something, he cannot forgive that. He cannot move on from that. He's someone that if he sees that you have this sort of tendency, he will cut you off of his life. There's a bit of harshness here, and I think that he had been through that, because we end the reading with a Three of Swords. So there's a sense of, yes, I had been, my trust had been hurt before. I had a heartache. I had a disappointment that actually, until this day, I'm still learning to trust again, or learning to trust people. But he definitely is someone that he is very optimistic about his love life. I think that he has this sort of like belief. I don't know if he's a spiritual, but since the card of the oracle that he got is this relationship or bond from a previous life, or from a reincarnation, from a past life, definitely there's a part of him that he's very spiritual, and that he does believe in soulmates, or probably he does believe in that we have our special person up there, and that person is looking for us, and that we are in this sort of like trying to find each other. He is a romantic. He is a romantic. It's just that probably he's someone that he enjoys. What he finds ideal is to be on this honeymoon state. You know, in the first months of a relationship where everything is okay and you are perfect to me and I see no flaws in you. I don't see your defects. I only see that you are beautiful, that you are shining, that you love me, that you want me, that we have this amazing chemistry, that we are always smiling to each other. You know, I think he definitely wants that exciting part of being in a relationship. But then, with the routine and as time passes, I think that when the relationship starts to feel a bit sour, a bit like I'm not having so much fun, or probably you are annoying, I am annoying. You know, there's this sort of disconnection. You know, he's like, I don't know if I can do this for more than a year tops, or 6 months tops. So I don't know if he ever experienced having a long-term relationship. I believe probably he did have a relationship, but long distance relationship, because you know, the source here, there's also this communication with through words and the internet. So probably he enjoys being communicated through distance. It's like he doesn't mind. He's not someone that he needs to see you every day to be like, oh, I'm with my person. You know, probably he enjoys to have time for himself as well. So if you um, so if you live um, so if you leave, or if you're not present, actually for him it's a way to miss you, you know, and to actually like being like daydreaming about you or fantasizing about you. So probably yes, a long distance relationship, you know, and traveling to see each other. I think he finds that romantic as well. You know, the fact that I have moments for myself where I can do things that I have to do, and you know, because I think that you know, like I mentioned in the beginning, he wants a sort of like buddy, you know, someone that can be like a sort of friend of adventure. So probably if you are not, it's like he doesn't need to be all the time stuck with you 24/7 to consider that actually you are his person. You know, probably he doesn't mind. And also because here, like I mentioned, this card that is talking about past lives, about reincarnation, about soulmate connection. Probably he thinks that being far away and longing for each other and missing and trying to connect through the distance probably makes this bond stronger. So probably he does find that very interesting, you know, how distance and time makes people interaction, or actually their thoughts and their sentiments becomes a bit more intense and also a bit more romantic. You know, that like sort of like, oh, I'm missing you, like I wish you were here, something like that, you know. And I think that probably he wants this sort of like very magical relationship, you know, where he, because I think that also for him, like I mentioned, you know, for me, I think that it takes a while for him to start developing feelings for someone. Because I think that he's the kind of person that he's really friendly, like he can really like you know, or he can be attracted to you. But for him to actually get to that level of I love you, or this level of I think I'm in love with you, um, it takes, like I mentioned, it takes a lot of progress, and it takes a lot of, you know, probably it's also someone with a very magnetic kind of, not only physically, but also mentally. Someone very smart, someone very, very intelligent, someone really good with words, you know, and also someone that has this sort of like energy that makes you get addicted to them, but not in an obsessive way, because I don't think he is the kind of obsessive person, but I think that he wants to be able to remember that person, to be able to set that person apart from all the persons that he lives with or that he sees every day. You know, he wants this sort of a special person that it's a soulmate, you know, someone that makes you feel something that you never felt before, and something very magical and very like, you know, that makes you feel like you are, like the time has stopped and that you somehow know each other. You know, I think he definitely, there's a part of him that he believes in these things. I don't know if he had read about it, or he had consumed some kind of, I don't know, music or movies that talk about this sort of like these emotional bonds that keep resisting through time, that it doesn't matter how many years it passed or how far away you are from each other. It seems like you are still connected somehow, and you still think about each other, and you want to see each other. And when you see each other, it seems like, you know, like time hasn't passed by. You know, like it seems like you met each other yesterday. You know, like you have this sort of familiarity. So yes, I think that this is what he finds ideal, and it's really beautiful. You know, it's a beautiful feeling, but you know, here we're talking about, like I mentioned, here we're talking about their ideal romantic partner. And, you know, I'm describing, like I mentioned in the first reading, with this tarot deck that I have here, the romantic tarot deck, I have, with the different cards, I have like a sort of a scenario of like, and not so much how the ideal person would be, more like the ideal scenario of them being together or meeting each other. And seeing all these swords as well, and ending with the Three of Swords, you know, I think that there's something to be said about his sort of, that he is afraid of getting hurt. You know, that, you know, I mentioned in a part of in the description of the interpretation, that there was this fear of him like being betrayed or feeling like you lied to him. So definitely I think that probably for him, you know, like being like, oh, okay, like I don't care if I have a long distance relationship with someone, like, oh, it's okay if we don't see each other every day, like go do your life, live your life, and we will meet when we meet, you know. I think that this sort of like distance, physical distance, and this sort of like idealization but from afar is also a mechanism for him to actually not being able still to have a normal relationship. You know, in the sense that probably for him to live 24/7 under the same roof with his partner would be a bit like uncomfortable. So I think that that's the side of him that he should actually like wonder, or like go deeper in there and see, why do you fear so much intimacy? Why do you try to escape having that person next to you? Like why do you fear that closeness? You know, so what is behind that fear? You know, because I think that yes, I don't think he complains that actually he's lonely, because I know he has like probably he has a lot of things in his agenda. I see that he's always working, but there's a sense of avoidance in this, you know, and I think that I said this when I read for him individually, that there's this sense of escapism, you know, like he wants to escape having this sort of quote unquote normal life, you know. So I don't know what he is running away from, because actually I think that he would do a great partner, and also a great father in the future. But he needs to solve this sort of fear of intimacy that he has in order to build a family of his own, or a relationship, like a proper relationship. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you so much to all the people that recommended him. I love to read for him. He's actually a very profound and sincere energy, so it's easier for me to connect with his energy. But I hope that you enjoyed it, and well, I would love to hear from you and your feedback. Maybe if you are a fan of him, you can actually give me some feedback about how you see him and what you think about him. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.